Hey, who put this behind the GM screen? It's got wish list written across the top and has a whole bunch of stuff on it.
I sure don't know anything about no wish list.
Hey, there was an article in Hack Journal about wish lists last month.
Yeah, they say it's a good way to let your GM know what you'd like to see in his campaign, but I didn't turn one in.
Oh, okay, I'll confess. It was me. It's just a list of things Don from the Hackmaster Players got and my characters like to have. You know, a pair of boots of flat kicking, cape of shadow weaving, a big-ass sword, things like that.
Thanks, Dave. It helps knowing what the players would like to see. Of course, any items I might happen to place from the list will be properly guarded and not easily obtained.
You really take the cake, you know that?
Oh, sure, it's all fine and dandy if BA starts padding the adventures with crap for you, but what about the rest of us, huh?
Big-ass sword, that's all you ever talk about.
Dude, you've only been playing for 6 months. You got to put your time in at the table. Pay your dues. Nobody's going to hand you over the world. That's what Hackmaster's all about. You got to fight for it. Hell, you got a +2 Reaver, +5 versus Gnome kind. When I was a low-level character, I would have given my gold tooth for such a weapon.
The Reaver sucks. That's why no one else wanted it.
I guess I could see his point. If a fighter has no respect for his weapon, what good is he? Okay, so when you say big-ass sword, just exactly what are you talking about? Brian and I have squirreled away a few choice blades over the years. Maybe we can fill the order.
I don't know. Big one. Lots of pluses and runes and stuff on it.
Of course, we expect to make a profit on the transaction.
Come on, guys. Dave's my friend. Don't even think about screwing him over on some bogus deal.
Really? You guys have some of the good ones to back? Who knew? Let's talk.
Bob, relax. We're thinking of what's best for the party here. We need a well-armed fighter taking the point.
Yeah, I've got just the sword for him. May I recommend a +6 Banesmith, a beautifully crafted piece of work with engraved blade, bearing Nordic runes and a gold inlaid scabbard. Made it from the ribbon of a Swack Iron Dragon.
What did I tell you?
You got some nerve putting that piece of trash on the table. You forgot to mention that it's a cursed blade.
I'll pass it on.
Cursed, is it? Oh, I forgot.
Now it just so happens that I have the perfect sword for you. I was going to use it myself, but certain problems arose which prevented me from doing so. But you, I'm telling you, this sword's got your name written all over it. I don't know why I didn't think of this before.
Oh, yeah? Well, give me some details. What kind of sword is it?
Careful, Dave. He's as bad as Brian.
I hope you're not talking about Marvin. I also agreed to let him rest in peace.
We agreed to nothing, and you and Bob decided to bury him with Piggly Thin Willow without my consent. Remember?
Hey, that sword was bad news. You changed. Remember? Marvin had you acting all crazy.
Marvin? What the hell are they talking about?
Marvin was an intelligent weapon. Johnny's character, Iron Swallow, used to have. That sword had the ego of a titan. Poor Iron Swallow couldn't control it.
Intelligent sword? Awesome!
Will you just shut up? I'm trying to make a deal here, and who knows? You might be able to control it better than I did.
I wouldn't wish that sword on my worst enemy.
Tell you what, I'll cut you in for 10% of the take.
10%? Sounds good to me.
Look, kid, I'm going to be honest with you. Carmen Marvin is nothing short of Scald Fury trapped in the blade of cold dwarven steel. Think of him as a wild, untamed stallion. He needs to be broken in before you can be his master. I'm just ashamed to say that Iron Swallow never had the mettle to do so.
What was that Brian said about making you all crazy?
I never said that.
Marvin is one of the Hackmaster class swords. He steals the souls of those who are slain by him. There are thousands of souls trapped in that blade, and they all have become one sentient called Marvin. He's insane. The only way to make him do your bidding is to mentally whip him in a perpetual contest of will.
What Bob is trying to say is that you have to subtract your intelligence from the sword's eco. Then you have to save daily versus the result.
Untamed stallion, huh? Damn. Sounds just like this Marvin dude is just what I've been looking for. Didn't you say this was something I was being buried with some pig?
That was Piggly Thin Willow. He used to be our torchbearer.
Johnny killed him during one of his Marvin moments.
Marvin moment?
That's what we called it when Iron Swallow failed his ego checks.
Normally we would chain him to a tree till the next day, but he managed to wiggle loose somehow.
Poor Piggly didn't even see it coming.
That was the last straw. After pummeling Iron Swallow senseless, we took the sword and buried it with Piggly. I'm telling you, Dave, you want nothing to do with that sword.
Wow, that's so cool. Now, does the sword have a name like all these cool anecdotes I can tell people about?
Yeah, that's a real bonus.
Okay, I'm sold. What's your price?
5,000 GPS upfront and 10% of your take of party charges for the next 5 game sessions.
Yeah, we can take you back to Piggly's grave to get the sword.
Done deal. Next week you can have VA run us on an adventure where we go back and get it.
For crying out loud, Dave, what happened to haggling?
You know, Marvin hated me from the get-go, but I have a feeling you and Marvin are going to get along just fine.
Good God, what have we done?
Okay, Dave, you managed to pry the lid off Piggly's coffin. The odor of decayed flesh is almost as overwhelming as you peer inside. There, clutched in the skeletal hands of the dead torchbearer, is a sword.
Ugh, kind of feels funny digging up somebody you really knew. This is sick.
Get over it. It's just some stupid NPC.
Okay, I grabbed the sword and raised it over my head in triumph. Carvin Marvin is mine!
Go ahead and roll versus ego, Dave.
You grabbed it? You were supposed to wait until we could put the ankle chains on you first.
Easy there, Dave. Give us a chance to step back a bit.
Damn, I failed.
Oh, Lord, it's going to happen all over again.
We still don't know how Marvin will react today.
Okay, Dave, the sword begins to vibrate in your hand. You can sense the awesome power which resides in the weapon. Suddenly you are shocked for 5 points of damage. Then a deep, husky voice from within the blade calls out, "How dare you attempt to wield me? You are not worthy, you pile of dung-infested wind, pit worms and smelling badly."
I see 4 years in a grave hasn't taken the edge off his tongue.
Who the hell is that?
That would be Marvin. I guess I forgot to mention he could speak.
Brace yourselves, he's like Don Rickles with a migraine.
I'm going to sheath Marvin. Maybe I'll better luck my savings till tomorrow.
The sword refuses to go into its scabbard. "Damn you to hell, butt wife! I do not serve you, you serve me."
I'm stepping away from Dave, slowly.
That sword is a bad attitude. I'm just going to knock it down. I'm going to take the sword and beat it against a rock. Let's see how he likes that.
Sorry, Dave, the sword has taken over your body. You watch in horror as you hack off your own left hand at the wrist. Oh, poor baby, you bled just like a little girl.
I try to knock the sword out of his hand.
That was a very bad idea, Dave. He hates that.
Fireball, come online, BA.
Okay, Bob, your bolt of sling lodges in Dave's forehead. He's technically dead, but Marvin is still able to animate his body. Dave charges you with an impaling attack.
While he's busy attacking Bob, I'm going to climb down out of the tree and try to revive Brian's body.
I guess I'm dousing with the flaming oil then. Okay, I roll Dave's body into Piggly's grave along with Johnny and Brian and toss the sword on top. Then I guess I'll fill in the dirt and head back to town. Later after the game. Dude, what are you doing? Rolling up a new character already?
No, I'm crossing big-ass sword off my wish list.
What was I thinking? Why didn't you stop me?
Sorry, that 10% went straight to my head.
Good to meet you.
I think you guys can roll on the prize table over here.